Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Sunday. I wanted to come in and do a little reading for you guys. I know I didn't do one on Friday, and I just also have just been tired. I feel like I'm purging a lot for the collective, and like with retrograde and these eclipses, the first eclipse that we're having another one coming up, but just exhausted. So I just needed to take a little bit of care of myself so that I can help all of you. So I was able to take some time off on Friday and yesterday and literally just recharge. So I am back and I am ready to deliver this reading to all of you. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at divine masculine and feminine's energy, most significant thoughts, feelings, and how they are showing up in each other's environment. We're going to look at their connection, and then we're going to close with one message from feminine to masculine and from masculine to feminine. If you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, queenoflight1111. There's lots of scammers out there, so follow the one that has over 14,000 followers. That is me, and I will never message anyone directly to get a reading. I don't do free personal readings. The only free readings I provide are the ones on YouTube or the ones that I post on Instagram. I do not email people or message people hey, good, you want a free reading? I don't do that. So be careful, guys, when you're out there on social media. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So follow me on Instagram. And I want to announce that Sunaina has started her own YouTube channel. It's called The Sounds of Serenity. It is focused and geared towards sound therapy and to promote peace, tranquility, and sleep. So I will tag her first video on this at the end of this video. So please subscribe and follow her on Instagram, The Sounds of Serenity. I am following her and I've tagged her in my post. So please support her too. I would really appreciate that. Okay, let's get started. Let's look at the overall energies that they're sharing. Okay, so adjacent possibilities. When this card comes out, look at all these different doors, right? So the common theme that they're both sharing today is this energy of what do we do? What do we do? What door do we go through now? Like what portal? How do we, move forward in this connection, whether it's together or it's not together? And so adjacent possibilities, when this card comes out, it's about looking at all of the different options and things that you may have never considered in the past. It's about being open-minded. It's about in this energy, okay, what are the other possibilities that, that this can hold? And so this is not indecisive energy. It's just really considering all your choices, all your options based on what your current goals are, okay? It's about not being trapped into one way of thinking and one mode of, of how to execute that journey. It's about really being open-minded, and that's showing me that there's a lot of surrender energy, which I love. So how does adjacent possibilities affect Divine Feminine's reading today? So she's really thinking about different options, because look at this, Four of Cups. This is like, she's like, lots of other opportunities can be presented here through this connection, because I feel very conflicted, defeated, and lost. Like I've lost this connection because other people have gotten involved. Other parties have gotten involved. There has been, other energies that have, contributed to the conflict and defeat of my connection. So in her overall energy today, she's looking at her other options. She's looking at, what different door, how can she continue to execute this journey, move forward on this journey, and what are the other opportunities that are going to beckon her, because there is this conflict and defeat with Divine Masculine as related to third-party situations. So what about for Divine Masculine? It's so interesting. Look at him. Adjacent possibilities, Nine of Swords, the Sun card, and the Swan's Twin Flame. So, he had been opening a bunch of different doors, right? He was looking at all his different options. He was looking at all the different people that he can go out with. And now he's suffering in silence. 9 of Swords. And it has been illuminated that his option, his choice rather, is his twin flame. I channel real time, so just downloading that message, I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but it's just like, really? I mean, look, now that she's like, yeah, I'm going to see what my other options are, how I'm going to move forward because I've surrendered. Now he's like, yeah, there were all these other possibilities, and I'm suffering in silence now. I'm suffering on my own now because it's been illuminated to me that I want success in partnership with my twin flame. So I'm just like, okay, this is what happens. Listen, if everybody just surrendered quicker, we could have been moving on quicker, right? But we all have our journeys, we all have our lessons, and we have to go through this pain and heartache to surrender, right? And so I love that feminine is in the energy of surrender and open-mindedness, open-heartedness. And, she's in the energy of, yeah, what are the other options here? Like, do I just focus on my mission? Focus on my healing, focus on helping other people. Like, it's about all of those things because she's like, yeah, like, look, somebody wants you, you can have them. I'm good. I'm going to continue on my path. I'm going to do what I was set out to do. And now masculine's like, yeah, I opened a bunch of different doors. I did. I opened a bunch of different doors and I looked at a lot of different possibilities. And now I'm suffering in silence because the one person that I wanted has been illuminated, and that is my twin flame. That is my divine feminine. So now let's go ahead and take a look at divine feminine's most significant thought when she thinks of divine masculine, door to value. So this is where her most significant thought is she understands the value of her own energy, the value of herself, the value of this connection. 3 of Wands, it is time for masculine to take the lead. She is in this energy of, I value myself. I'm not going to chase you. It is time for you to take the lead because that is how we temper and bring balance into this connection. I am not going to run hot while you run cold. We have to be on the same page. So I am the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, and I am detaching. I am surrendering. I am the energy of my wisdom, understanding that I understand my value, right? I understand my value because you looked at all these other options and you're showing me that I needed to value myself. And so she's in this energy of value. I value myself. I will no longer chase you. You must take the lead. We both need to come from a place of harmony and temperament to balance this connection out so that we're both running at the same temperature, from the same place, from the same page, from the same book. So I must detach at this time using that wisdom and that logic. What about divine masculine's most significant thought? Look, his most significant thought is he's done a lot of personal healing to find his own joy. And this is really telling me that this is on the emotional and the spiritual level. And then it's clarified by the third eye chakra. So he has done a lot of healing around his intuition, around his insight, the things that he knows. And what does he know? That there is a pause at this time, but that he wants to communicate and overcome his barriers and compromise with his divine feminine. So his personal healing, his personal happiness has really been on the emotional and the spiritual standpoint. He is looking at all of the seeds that he's planted. He is understanding the pause because he does want to communicate sometime in the future to overcome this barrier. What is the most significant feeling for divine feminine in her heart space? Anxiety. She's a lot of anxiety. Look at her, 9 of Swords. Matches divine masculine's bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords. So in her heart space, she could really be picking up on his anxiety, or maybe he's picking up on hers. But there is a lot of stress, a lot of mental anguish that is affecting her heart space around a new beginning. But she's like in this energy of like, I cannot be deceived again. I will not be betrayed again. I will not be seduced again by words. So in her heart space, right, in her mind, she's very logical. She's understanding what needs to happen. But in her heart, there are still fears based on, deception, fears on, if I give him a chance again, is he going to backstab me again? So there's a lot of energy around, not feeling safe, not feeling like she can trust him. And so this creates a lot of anxiety in the heart space. This coincides, and I'm using all different decks. This coincides with the readings I just did on Instagram. So again, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there, Queen of Light 1111, over 14,000 followers. Divine Masculine's most significant feeling. Look at this. This is the 10 of Cups on steroids. In his heart, and look at this, number 11, he knows she is his everything. And he is like, this is like, he knows he will have such abundance and happiness and bliss and joy, and he wants to move forward. This is the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, not only is this about knowing in his heart that he wants to move forward, but that he must come from a place of self-mastery, self-love, and that is the only way he's going to be able to make his mark, hit his mark, get his love, which is his divine feminine. So in his heart space, he understands that his ultimate joy, peace, happiness, love is with divine feminine, and he wants to move positively forward from a place of self-mastery, but that he must love himself, fill his cup so that he can target this union. How is divine masculine showing up in feminine's environment? Deceit. She's processing a lot of deception. We're in retrograde. So maybe this happened in the past and it's not something that happened recently. It's come back for her again. 5 of Cups. Change your focus. She's trying to change her focus out of focusing on the deceit. She doesn't want to focus on all of the loss, okay? Page of Cups. She's really in this energy of wanting to see things from a fresh perspective because she wants to gain a different illumination. So the way he's showing up is he's really helping her, perhaps in the astral energy, to really process this deception and change her focus to see things from a newer, fresher perspective so that her soul can spark again for him. How is divine feminine showing up in masculine's environment? Rest and rejuvenation. So masculine is definitely resting. He's rejuvenating himself. This is like the card that follows like this is the 4 of Swords that may follow the 3 of Swords, right? Or does follow the 3 of Swords. So he's gone through pain and sadness and anguish, and now he's resting. He's rejuvenating because guess what? He is the authority. He is the emperor now. So in the environment, she's shown up. I feel like she's led him. Take the lead. She's saying, masculine, take the lead as the emperor. So right here in the headspace, her surrendering is having him get into his masculine power to take the lead, to be the authority. So right now, he's not taking direct action, but he is in this leadership energy for this union, but he is still in a delicate state at this time because he's gone through a major transformation, a major overhaul. Okay. And so he's in the energy of, yes, I will take the lead, but I need to rest. And so the way that she's showing up in his environment is like, hey, buddy, you've got to lead. You've got to lead. And so he's here in this energy of knowing he has to lead, but he's wanting to complete his rest, his healing, his recovery so that he can come forward to this beautiful union. So now let's take a look at the connection. Okay. What is happening with the connection at this time? So there's a lot of release happening, a lot of release, okay? So the first card that we're getting as the Oracle, and by the way, this is my Divine Connections Tarot deck, which is my Divine Masculine deck, and a Queen's Journey Tarot deck, both available on my website. Link is in the bio. And this is my Divine Connections Oracle. This is also available on my website, okay, www.queenoflight1111.com. So they're in the energy, in their connection of releasing unforgiveness, releasing sadness, releasing pain, releasing, stress, grief, sadness, whatever. So they're in the energy of releasing. So they're releasing at this time this stalemate. Where were they in a stalemate? In this conflict. There was a battle between them, and that created the obstacle. So they are releasing this mental conflict that they had from this battle that was keeping them blocked, that were keeping them in solitude. So divine masculine and feminine are really working very, very hard on releasing those energies. So how is that showing up? So look at this, unawakened masculine. This is the energy of him not being sure. What is he not sure about? He's gone through a very painful end. He wants to end the end, right? End the end where he was just suddenly cut out of her life. Okay, so he's just kind of like, how do I end this ending? Like, I don't want this to end. How do I end this? I've transformed, but she's released me. She's detached. I don't know how to bring this back to life. Yeah, here we have Shiva, destruction. This is the energy of the tower in the 5D. The divine has intervened around anything that was being manifested with third parties around, partnerships. So the divine is saying, and this is the time where karmic relationships start to crumble, right? In these eclipses, anything that is not in alignment is going to crumble. So the divine has come in and said, anything you are manifesting with other people at this time is going to crumble because it is not in alignment. So divine feminine, she's like, yeah, I'm in my power. I am the Queen of Swords. I am detached. I am smart. I am wise. I am logical. And I am in this energy of holding on. I'm holding on to all of my emotions, my thoughts, my actions around a new beginning. I'm not chasing masculine. So now we have negative energies being removed in the 3D. So there's negativity that is being removed. What's the negativity? The stress. The stress is being removed because it is keeping us from our success. It is keeping us from our illumination. It is keeping us from all the great things that are to happen. And we are starting to come into balance. We are starting to feel better. We are starting to recover. And remember, that's masculine's energy. He has the 9 of Swords and the Sun at the bottom of the deck. So this is really telling me specifically for divine masculine that energies are being removed around stress, around anxiety, around him getting in the way of his own illumination, and he's going to feel better. And once he does, remember, he's coming in for this union. So let's get the messages and we're going to close this reading. So we have as the bottom of the deck, be spontaneous, 8 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, the Hermit card. So what this is really telling me is that, no one's jumping in right now and being spontaneous and just saying like, hey, how you doing? Let's get together. Nobody's doing that. We're stuck. We're stuck because we know we need to work hard. We're in the energy of spontaneity is not going to get us what we need to have to build something long term. None of that in and out crap. So divine feminine's energy, or message rather, message to divine masculine is gratitude. She is very grateful for all of these burdens that this connection has brought. She is grateful for all of the lessons and experiences that this connection has brought, because now she's in the energy of protecting herself. She's in the energy of nurturing herself. She's in the energy of really coming into her emotions and being in a place of mastery to move forward. So she's telling divine masculine today, thank you, masculine, for collapsing me, for giving me all of these burdens, for, helping me understand my value, understand my worth, because now I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to contemplate. I'm going to think. I'm going to be nurturing, but I am going to be in my mastery about how I want to move forward in the future. So thank you. Thank you for the lessons, masculine. And divine feminine, look at this card of abundance. So remember, we have this cornucopia card here in his heart space. So this card of abundance, when it comes out, this is the energy of, all things, right? Abundance in health, wealth, abundance in, like relationships, in love. So this is the energy of him wanting abundance, him wanting to have, all of this energy of self-worth. Like, I deserve the abundance now. I deserve this to receive now. Okay, Three of Wands, meaning he's still waiting for the results of all of this to kind of solidify and settle and gel in. And he's working. Persistence pays off. He's working on his self-worth because he knows when he wasn't in his worth, when he didn't feel like he deserved divine feminine, or where he felt like he didn't deserve love, he was making the same old mistakes and he was making things work against him. So now in this energy of I have self-worth, I know that I am deserving, I know I deserve love, I know I'm worthy of love. I'm waiting for that to come in, to solidify, to gel, and I'm working really hard on it, divine feminine, so that, you know, from this Three of Wands, we can go to this Four of Wands. So I do feel like things are shifting. I just feel like, you know, with this retrograde, it's a lot of reflection. It's a lot of self-introspection. And so I don't see a lot of like super movement. Like we didn't get one knight card, right? There's no knight energy here. I don't feel like I got one knight card. No, we didn't. So this is a lot of processing of information. This is a lot of really gelling all of those lessons that we have been learning so we can come into these places of leadership and authority and mastery, so that once this retrograde and eclipse season is over, right, end of June, we are going to be like a slingshot propelled forward and things are going to move quickly. So again, if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Sending you all so much love. Bye.